No co, przywitać się chciałam. Dawaj tę łapę. Ale się wkurza. Patrzcie, jak mu tu... Miałam zamiar zacząć oglądać z wami jakiś czas temu mój ulubiony Guilty Pleasure Watch na YouTubie. Jeden z ulubionych. Jest to kanał, który nazywa się CATFISHED. I większość odcinków jest bardzo smutna. Lupus Sanctus, bardzo dziękuję ci za subskrypcję. Wow. Większość odcinków jest bardzo smutna, ale w momencie, kiedy nie są smutne, wtedy są bardzo rozrywkowe. Siema Barto. Zazwyczaj te smutne odcinki na Catfished są o kobietach, bo one wszystkie są o starszych ludziach generalnie. Wszyscy są chyba starsi. Program polega na tym, że grupka bohaterów tego programu szuka ofiar różnych scamów w internecie i próbuje przemówić do nich i pokazać im, że to nie jest ich nowa wielka miłość, tylko jakiś nastolatek z Nigerii. I często są to starsze panie, zwykle wdowy, które są smutne i samotne. I zazwyczaj wtedy to wygląda tak, że przychodzi taki koleś do nich i to zazwyczaj ten koleś, którego udają wtedy w ich przypadku, jest zwykle w podobnym wieku, do 10 lat młodszy. Dość przystojny, ale normalnie jednak tak, że no, spotkalibyście takiego typa na ulicy. I zazwyczaj historia jest prawie taka sama. Zawsze jest gdzieś za granicą, często na platformie wiertniczej, albo jest kierownikiem budowy. I nagle traci dostęp do swojego konta i żeby wrócić, potrzebuje od tej biednej pani kilkadziesiąt tysięcy dolarów, ale jak tylko wróci, to obsypie ją złotem, tak? Jak tylko do niej w końcu przyleci. I wtedy to jest strasznie smutne, bo te starsze panie sprzedają swoje domy czasem, żeby wysłać tym skamerom kasę. Oczywiście są też odcinki ze starszymi paniami, których mi nie jest aż tak szkoda, bo na przykład mają mężów, ale okazuje się, że napisał do nich na Facebooku nagle prezenter ulubionego reality TV show albo wokalista ulubionego zespołu country, albo bardzo często Johnny Depp. Była taka laska, która wierzyła, że pisze do niej 5 celebrytów na raz. I tam jest grubsze delulu. Tam nie wiem, czy podchodzi to pod jakieś zaburzenia, czy te panie autentycznie wierzą, że zainteresowałby się nimi Johnny Depp. I tam one tworzą bardzo, bardzo skomplikowane w swojej głowie teorie spiskowe na temat tego, jakby dlaczego nie mogą się w końcu z Johnem zobaczyć. Ale te odcinki, które najbardziej mnie interesują, które są po prostu to zwykle odcinki ze starszymi facetami. Oczywiście jest kilka takich, które mnie mega wzruszają i tych nie tykam, bo może część z was wie, ale mój starsi panowie to mój kryptonit. Jakby zobaczę pana w kolejce w aptece, który zaczyna przeglądać w portmonetce drobne i ryczę. Muszę wracać do domu, bo natychmiast ryczę. Ale na szczęście zaskakująco często następuje zderzenie z rzeczywistością, że to jednak, mimo że starsi to są mężczyźni, w dodatku zwykle bardzo konserwatywni i wtedy wszystko mi przechodzi. I ten program mi o tym bardzo dobitnie przypomina, Bo chyba nie zdarzyło mi się jeszcze obejrzeć odcinka tego programu, w którym starszy facet zostałby nabrany przez konto, które udaje kobietę w podobnym wieku. To wszystko są 20-letnie modelki. I oni wszyscy są delulu, grubo. A w dodatku w większości wszyscy zdradzają z nimi swoje żony. Więc taki odcinek chciałabym dzisiaj z wami obejrzeć. Tego jeszcze nie widziałam, ale ma tytuł Cheating Man finds out his mistress is a scammer. Brzmi bardzo obiecująco. Triceratops Blake pisze, zawsze w takich sytuacjach mnie zastanawia, jak takie osoby żyją pośród ludzi, normalnie kupują bułki, dzwonią z koleżankami, chodzą do parku, a wieczorami piszą z celebrytami normalnie. To założę się, że kobiety, które należały do kultu Snape Wives, też miały całkiem normalne życie wbrew pozorom, wiecie? Więc zobaczmy, spróbuję jakiego kultu? Snape Wives. Nie słyszałeś o Snape Wives? To jest bardzo normalne zjawisko kobiet w średnim wieku piszących fanfiki do uniwersum Harry'ego Pottera, które wierzą, że Severus Snape jest tak naprawdę antycznym bytem, który opętał J.K. Rowling, nakłaniając ją do tego, żeby napisała o nim książkę. I że teraz channeluje swoją obecność również na te kobiety i jest z nimi powiązany przeznaczenie i jest ich mężem, ich wszystkich naraz, bo jest tak potężnym bytem, że he can handle it. Ale to jest to jest temat na inny czas. Zresztą są wspaniałe opracowania na ten temat na YouTubie. Polecam wam. Może też sobie razem obejrzymy jakieś. W ogóle kocham oglądać analizy tumblrowych zjawisk i około fandomowych zjawisk. Tam się dużo działo, zwłaszcza jakieś 15 lat temu. O tak, Strange Eons to jest najlepszy kanał, który analizuje co tam co tam się dzieje w fandomach i na Tumblerze, albo to, co się działo. Czekajcie, ustawię trochę nam. O. A czemu zniknęło wideo? Oczywiście, że coś musiało się zjebać. Już na to zaradzam. Bum. Słuchawki mi padły, to najpierw od razu podłączę. I lecimy.
I have a different kind of story than most. I am a married man.
This man is putting his marriage on the line to be with his internet girlfriend.
The only couple of things that she said on that subject is, don't bring her home, don't give her any money.
But Mark has broken his promise to his wife and is sending money.
I'm not a stupid guy. It's
Oh.
hard to say no. And they're so persuasive about it. I'll send you $5,000 or, whatever.
Mark wants us to investigate his internet love by verifying this woman in these photos.
This woman had become a habit, a daily habit. So I asked her to show me her ID. Who is this woman? How does she fit into my life?
Join us as we uncover the truth.
I haven't had sex in a long time.
So this is not the moment where you leave your wife and you run off into the sunset.
If I'm going to be on YouTube, that's fine. I do not have a problem with it. We have discussed it. I'm hungry for someone, you know, and she's there. They found out.
I'm hungry for someone. What about your wife, dude? Może byś tak pobył głodny na swoją żonę przez chwilę.
What's going on? Go ahead, laugh.
Real quick, guys.
O mój
Don't
Boże.
forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Your comment
I już czuję, że pokocham jego żonę, jak go wyśmiała.
and like could help stop someone from being scammed. Let's get into it.
My name is Mark. I'm 61 years old. I live in Las Vegas, Nevada. I'm a marine engineer by trade. I work at sea. I also run my own business. I inspect watercraft, boats of all types. I enjoy my grandkids when I'm able to see them, as you can imagine. I'm a Christian man. I have a different kind of story than most. I am a married man. We've been married for a long time. Our story is different. My wife has a disease that has taken its toll on both of us, and us as a family. I began to realize that I was lonely. I was really not happy. We haven't slept in the same bed in over 2 years. We don't have that intimacy, and it's something that I crave. I'm 61 and I got a whole life ahead of me, and I'm not trying to be mean or malicious or anything else. And by the way, my wife knows what I'm saying right now. It's our reality.
After being married for nearly 15 years,
Okej, dobra, wygląda na to, że mają jakiegoś rodzaju otwarte małżeństwo. Więc nie jest chyba tak źle. W sensie moja żona jest chora, więc postanowiłem sypiać z innymi kobietami. Brzmi trochę wild, ale jeżeli jakby to po prostu się zadziało za obopólną zgodą jakoś stopniowo, a rozwód, 10 znaków zapytania, pyta Barto, no ale po co, jeżeli obojgu to pasuje? W sensie, jeżeli są ze sobą ileś tam lat i mają wspólne życie i obojgu nie przeszkadza to, że on będzie sypiał z kimś innym, to nie widzę problemu. Trochę widzę problem z tym, że on się daje skamować. Myślę, że to jest większy problem dla jego żony. Przede wszystkim. Na jakiej zasadzie oni dobrowolnie biorą udział w tym filmiku? Słuchajcie, oni się sami do tego zgłaszają, ponieważ są tu ludzie, którzy nie potrafią kliknąć reversed Google search i wyszukać, czy zdjęcie ich dziewczyny już jest gdzieś w internecie. I oni potrzebują tych ludzi tak desperacko, żeby im powiedzieli, czy ta osoba jest prawdziwa, czy nie, bo oni chcą się przekonać. A to jest ich motywacja. Chcą się przekonać, czy ta osoba jest prawdziwa, czy nie i wierzą, że tylko ci ludzie mogą im tę tajemną wiedzę przed nimi odkryć.
Mark's wife has been confined to a bed due to health issues. During this challenging time was when Mark turned to online dating.
I took the liberty of looking at stuff online, advertisements for, single outlets and stuff like that. And I went to a lot of sites. And it was...
Co brak informatyki w szkole does to a motherfucker, pisze Occam Spoon. Moi drodzy, to nie jest tak, że oni nie mieli informatyki w szkole w dzieciństwie. Oni nie mieli informatyki w dzieciństwie. Jakby nie było jak uczyć informatyki, bo informatyka nie istniała. jakby ciężko ogarnąć, jak działają komputery, zanim powstaną komputery. No, przeginam oczywiście, ale wiecie, o co mi chodzi.
Kind of fun. I didn't have to, propose marriage or anything. I could just have fun online. And again, I was transparent with my wife and I talked to her about it. She said again, whatever you do, make sure that it does not hurt you, me, or anybody else. I was at work, off shift. I heard my phone ding with a notification, and it was this woman whose name is Deanna Malvo. She came to me through Ashley Madison. She sent a message along with her picture, of course. The message was, "I'm Deanna. We met on AM, which is Ashley Madison." I told her straight, I don't remember you. I don't know who you are. And she immediately said, "Well, that's pretty."
March pisze, że przy AI Generators teraz już ciężej z szukaniem obrazów w Google, niestety. Niekoniecznie, bo AI ma problem trochę z generowaniem tej samej osoby nieistniejącej kilka razy. Więc dużo prościej jest z kamerą po prostu znaleźć osobę, która już istnieje i ukraść jej wszystkie zdjęcia, zwłaszcza, że często proszą o konkretne zdjęcia ci, których skamują i nie muszą generować niczego w AI, bo uwierzcie mi, widziałam takie wspaniale obrzydliwe photoshopki w tym programie, w które ludzie łykali jak pelikany, że wiecie, dosłownie kartka że ktoś trzyma kartkę, jest zamazane białym braszem na telefonie i wpisany jakiś tekst z generatora. Ja długo nie wytrzymam bez pauzowania, bo ja nie mogę, nie wiem jak ten koleś, co trzeba mieć w głowie, czy ja też taka będę, jak będę stara, czy mi się będzie wydawać, że mam szansę u takiej laski, jak będę stara? Ja nie mówię, że on jest strasznie brzydki, ale bądźmy fucking for real. Nie wiem, nie mam pojęcia, jak to powiedzieć w nieobraźliwy sposób.
Rude of you because I remember you. And we started a dialogue after that. So that was the first message that we ever had together. And immediately I felt like, wow, she's attractive. Next morning I get up and there's another message from her.
To jest ich pierwsza i jedyna myśl, które mają przez całe te swoje fejkowe romanse. Wow, she's attractive.
So I messaged back. Yeah, that was fun last night. Should, message here and there and see where this goes. Maybe this is what I'm here for, is to meet people like this. I didn't know anything about her. All I knew was that there was an immediate attraction on my part. That led to daily phone calls, which led to a video chat, and there was talk of meeting up, and I said, okay, well, let's see where this goes.
Okej, ciekawe, w jaki sposób zrobili te video chats, bo z tego, co oglądam ten program, to jest kilka sposobów. Po pierwsze, często biorą na przykład jakieś krótkie nagranie z Instagrama czyjegoś i logują się na videochat, puszczają to nagranie, potem udają, że przerwało im połączenie czy coś i tyle. To zazwyczaj w przypadkach, kiedy ktoś bardzo naciska, nie, muszę zobaczyć, czy jesteś prawdziwa. Zdarzają się też generowane przez AI po prostu zdjęcia, którym AI rusza ustami. Takie też się zdarza, ale to już jest taki bardziej, wiecie, takie postaranko. To nie każdy z kamer sobie na takie pozwala. Zazwyczaj po prostu unikają videochatów.
She's slender, dark, long hair, brown eyes, light olive skin. She was from Indianapolis. She is a beautician, she said, but she is a beautiful woman. Our conversations were kind of
Bo to właśnie znaczy słowo beautician, że zajmuje się byciem beautiful.
like, what are you doing today? What do you have planned? Oh yeah, I'm going to work, or I'm at work now. You know,
Great minds
what did
think
you eat
alike.
for dinner? During the conversation, we found out that we had a lot of the same interests. I did discuss taking her to a convention that I have in March,
Convention.
to which she readily agreed. She said, yeah, sure, no problem.
Jakie
Buy the ticket,
convention?
let me know where to be. There were times when I felt like I had known her for a really long time. You know, we had discussions about my work. If I was
the
frustrated at
convention.
work, I would let her know, because of the way we did talk.
Chrupek
She
się
was
włamał do
bubbly.
pokoju.
She had a really upbeat personality. By this time, it had become a habit. This woman had become a habit, a daily habit. If I didn't hear from her in the morning, I would like, well, where is she? What's going on here? She's seeking a man to provide for her, and I'm seeking someone to,
No właśnie, czy może on ją zaprosił na otwarcie, ewentualnie na zawody.
fill that void that I have. And it worked. Real or not, imagined or not, it was working. I'm just an affable guy that people generally feel.
Widzicie w ogóle, że tu ktoś jest? O tu? I ktoś jeszcze tutaj się na mnie szykuje. Chrupek, znowu przyszedłeś odłączyć kable i chodzić po kąpie? Jakby... All you do jest łazić po mnie i odłączać kąpy. Co to za antena w ogóle?
Comfortable around. I was kind of hoping that it was just, my likability.
As Mark grew closer to Deanna, the bond with his wife weakened. Their constant text messages kept them connected day in and day out.
My job, if you can call it that, as a husband, is to take care of my wife. She knows about Deanna. We have spoken about her. The only couple of things that she said about on that subject is, don't bring her home, don't give her any money. I said, I never expected this to happen between us.
Coś czuję, że jedna z tych obietnic zostanie złamana. I mam też wrażenie, że tylko jedna.
My wife and I were still talking. We're still, having breakfast together and all that stuff when I was home. It did not rip us apart.
Despite Mark's online chats with Deanna, his wife remained loyal. However, things took a drastic turn when Deanna started asking for money, leaving Mark skeptical about their relationship.
Eventually, she came out and asked for money. I'm embarrassed to ask you, this isn't something.
Pamiętacie, dopóki jecie razem śniadanie, nie ma znaczenia, z kim miałeś spanie. Przepraszam.
That I normally would ask someone I just met, but I really need some money. That was $140, I think, for food for her kids. So I went ahead and did that and sent it off to her. I'm not a stupid guy, and I know to say enough is enough. But there were more instances where she asked for more money. The next time that she asked was about 2 weeks later. It was Christmas. She had asked for money for Christmas dinner. There she got the money and ended up saying thank you. That wasn't too bad. It was food for her and her mom. It was food for Christmas dinner.
Nie mógł jej po prostu zaprosić do siebie i żony na święta? A, no tak, zapomniałam o drugiej zasadzie. Chrup, mógłbyś zleźć z tej lampy?
There was a time when her dog was sick. Oh, and she wanted to buy Christmas presents too. That was another one. I sent her, I think, at Christmas, I sent her that $100, and that was the last time. The next time was for the dog.
Bartek pisze, dziwi mnie, że te foty tak pokazują, biorąc pod uwagę, że pewnie zostały zajebane komuś bez jej zgody. Tak, tylko że to zazwyczaj są dość publiczne figury, influencerki i potem bardzo dokładnie tłumaczą jakby kim są te osoby, którym zajebano zdjęcia i że nie mają nic wspólnego z tym scamem. To jest jakby ważna część uświadamiania tym starszym ludziom, że nie rozmawiają z prawdziwą osobą, bo wielu z nim się wydaje, że okej, może to jest jakiś scam, może ona wyciąga ode mnie pieniądze, ale im się wydaje, że to ta osoba wyciąga od nich pieniądze, a nie, że dosłownie siedzi 14-latek w Nigerii i po prostu zajebał komuś zdjęcia, tak? Czasami jest też tak, że odzywają się do tych osób i te osoby się zgadzają, że te, którym ukradziono zdjęcie, się zgadzają porozmawiać z ofiarami skamu. Co jeśli w którymś odcinku pojawią się zdjęcia Kasi Babis? Pyta Art SC2. Mam inne pytanie. Czy gdybym napisała do was z takim zdjęciem profilowym, ale dosłownie takim, że tu jestem ja, a tu jest Tomek wycięty z kartonu. A nie, że wklejony w Photoshopie. Dosłownie ten kadr. Ile dacie mi pieniędzy? Biorę 200 i słucham państwa.
Being sick, it's hard to say no. When someone that you're becoming to get to know, and they're saying, I need money for my sick dog or something like that, and they're so persuasive about it, it's like, all right, I'll send you $5,000 or whatever.
Mark found himself footing Deanna's bills, from groceries to holiday gifts to pet medication. With each payment, he grew more uncertain about her true identity.
Zdjęcie stóp wstawiłam dziś za darmo na Twittera, to się wszyscy darliście, że mam to usunąć.
Intentions.
I had her do all of the silly stuff that I saw online, which is, hold up 2 hands, do this posture, all that kind of stuff, which she did. I wanted more proof that she was who she said she was. So I asked her to show me her ID. 2-3 minutes later, she produced her ID for me. I'm a really skeptical guy. I don't ever take things on face value, which is why I began digging in the first place.
Zaczął
So
kopać.
I still wasn't convinced. When I told her that I wasn't convinced, she got irate. She said, well, I've sent you everything you've asked me to do. I've done everything you've asked me to do. If you're not satisfied with that, then this isn't going anywhere. I'm out.
Despite everything, Mark holds hope that Deanna is genuine, hoping to deepen their relationship, and he yearns for the truth.
I've become wrapped up in this, and where it, boggles my mind as to who is this woman? How did she fit into my life? Who is she? We're still conversing almost daily. She sent me...
O Boże, Bartek napisał a yearner. This is the yearnest guy who ever yearned.
A message. She said, I hope you got home safely. Have a good time at home. We'll talk when we talk. It almost sounds like a normal relationship. The I love yous had started as well. My sex drive is still pretty high. I haven't had sex in a long time.
Nie chcemy wiedzieć, Mark.
I feel like I am missing out on some of the best times of my life. Now, if we meet up someday and it is who this is her, the real.
Mark, how the Lulu? Koleś mówi, że marnuje najlepsze lata swojego życia. Mark, to są najlepsze lata twojego życia? Mark, czy twoja żona wie, że to są najlepsze lata twojego życia?
Her, and there is a gigantic spark there. That's a discussion for that time. I want to know that this person that I'm supposedly getting to know is not taking advantage of me. I like this person. I want to like this person. I want to know that what she has put forth so far, you know, I could bank on. That I could say, yeah, okay, damn. I doubted her and I shouldn't have. She's real. And, you know, potentially someone that I'm around a lot in the future. You know, I mean, if I'm going to be on YouTube, that's fine. I do not have a problem with it. We have discussed it. But as much information as I can put out there about myself without compromising my significant other's personal
Niech
life,
leci, idę sobie nalać
the
coli.
better off I am. I have been transparent with my wife.
If you found yourself in a similar situation to Mark and you want to know if the person behind the other computer screen is being truthful about their identity, reach out to us. Share my story at socialcatfish.com. We can help you find the answers you need. After a few days, we were ready to break down why this couldn't be real to Mark. While he waited to hear back from us, his wife was telling him every day that none of this was true, but he wanted to hear it from us.
Hey, Mark. Thanks for joining us today.
Yeah, you too.
Yeah, thanks for joining us, man. I mean, as soon as I saw your initial interview, it left me wondering what you want out of this.
Let me be clear on one point. My wife and I have not had intimate relations in 7 years. She got sick, and where I'm very sympathetic, over time I got antsy. I wanted to go do my thing. I'm still a healthy man, and be that as it may, I kind of courting this gal. And
Wiecie co, będę szalona i pójdę też po pistację.
that developed into an online relationship. There are a couple of times I wanted to shut it down, and I told her as much, and then it ended up rekindling, and that has not stopped. So what I thought I wanted more than anything was companionship, a friendship, a deep friendship, something that could develop. I don't have anybody that I confide in other than my wife. Ended up allowing this to continue. What I wanted in the end was just that. I wanted somebody to talk to, some companionship, somebody to confide in. I did it maybe the wrong way, but I'm entrapped now. Kind of don't want it to stop. I'm hungry for someone, you know, and she's there and she's receptive, it seems like.
But what is the real reason you contacted us in a nutshell?
I spent money out of my pocket.
Może jeszcze nerkowcy? Kurde, mam też nerkowce, ale muszę być trochę bardziej wstrzemięźliwa. Jest adwent, kurde. Czy ręce umyła? Nie, będą bardziej słone. Słuchajcie, nie rozumiem, dlaczego. A raczej jak to się dzieje? Że oni wszyscy mówią o tym, że szukali tak naprawdę kogoś, żeby pogadać. Szukali jakiegoś connection. A potem widzimy te screeny. Jest tam hi babe, I love you, I missed you. Hi babe, give me money. Hi babe, how are you? To jest całe wielkie connection. To mi przypomina od razu reality shows typu Love Never Lies albo Love is Blind. Gdzie jakby connection to jest ich ulubione słowo. They feel such a deep connection. Nie rozmawiają dosłownie o niczym. Love is Blind to jest ten reality show, w którym ludzie gadają najpierw ze sobą przez tydzień, przez ścianę, nie widząc się w ogóle, a potem wybierają, czy się w kimś zakochali i chcą się komuś oświadczyć. I oni nie robią nic, kompletnie nic innego, tylko cały dzień się sobie gadają. I nadal jakimś cudem nie wiedzą kompletnie nic o sobie. Gadają kompletnie o niczym, godzinami. Zamiast pogadać, nie wiem, o tym, jakie twoim zdaniem zwierzę jest najbardziej spierdolone. Albo chociażby o tym, jaki serial widzieli ostatnio. O swoich znajomych, poobgadywać ich trochę. Na tyle, na ile można w telewizji. Albo opowiadać najwstydliwsze wspomnienia z dzieciństwa. Czy jest szansa, że zapoznam się z uniwersum Who the Fuck Did I Marry? Tak. Tak, bardzo chcę to zrobić, tylko to trwa 4 godziny. Zastanawiam się, jak to najrozsądniej zaplanować. Więc no. Taki był mój take.
I spent my time
Cheetos usłyszał
and my
pistację i przyleciał.
voice. I spent time on my phone texting her. What I do want is clarity. I want that person to be very clear about who she is and if it's worth pursuing any type of relationship with, friendship wise or anything else. I want to know
Będziecie
what
świetnymi
I am
przyjaciółmi.
dealing with, because I don't like wasting my breath. My time is limited.
In one breath, you are in a romantic relationship with this person online.
Myślałam, że powie my time is precious, ale nie, powiedział my time is limited. I okej, to jest bardziej wiarygodne. Wiele mu już nie zostało.
And in another breath, you're telling me I'm not seeking, a relationship after we reveal to you if she's real or not. That's confusing to me.
I actually disclosed to her everything about my family life, everything that I have sat down and discussed this with my wife, and the whole 9 yards.
So my question is, what do you want, Mark?
I want to know that
Jakie zwierzę jest najbardziej spierdolone? Konie. A tak poza tym to z takiego konstrukcyjnego punktu widzenia to kiwi. Ptaki kiwi. Ponieważ mają tak duże jaja, że jest bardzo spore ryzyko, że znosząc je, to jajo je rozerwie. Jak balona. Zawsze sobie myślę, jak ludzie mówią o reinkarnacji, czy chciałabym, żeby istniała reinkarnacja taka, że można się jako zwierzę też ewentualnie odrodzić. I myślę sobie z jednej strony, jakbym miała być na przykład, patrzę sobie na filmik, jak sobie orły tańczą. Widzieliście kiedyś, jak orły tańczą? Lecą razem do góry, w chuj wysoko, potem łapią się za pazurki i wirując spadają razem w dół. I wtedy myślę sobie, no, gitara. Może być reinkarnacja. Ale potem widzę filmik o takim rodzaju osy, która składa jaja wyłącznie w pewnym gatunku pająka. I ona składa te jaja w tym pająku i one się w nim wykluwają i powoli zjadają tego pająka od środka, kończąc na tym, co im zastępuje układ nerwowy. Kończąc na tym, żeby jak najdłużej żył. I sobie myślę, mam takie same szanse, że mi na tej kostce wypadnie ten pająk, co ten orzeł. I wtedy sobie myślę, może jednak nie.
That she is who she says she is or not. I want to be able, if she is who she says she is.
Kiedy będzie Baldur? Myślałam, żeby o 20, ale zastanawiam się, zrobię ankietę. Czy chcecie dużo bardziej popierdolony odcinek CATFISHED, ale taki, który przyznam szczerze już widziałam. B. Dramę Who the fuck did I marry? Czy C. Baldura? Baldura i tak będę grać niedługo, bo mam na to straszną ochotę. Ale może jeszcze coś wcześniej zaliczymy po drodze.
Drew, I'd like to be able to continue conversing with her if she's okay with that, but not on a romantic level.
Ankieta
So
będzie
does your
później, nie
wife
piszcie
know that
teraz.
you're meeting with us today?
She, like I said, she's ill. She can't make it upstairs. And B, she said, "This is your thing. Do what you're gonna do, but I don't want any part of it."
So this is not the moment where you leave your wife and you run off into the sunset with.
Not gonna happen. And Deanna knows that. I told her that in many texts that I was not willing to abandon my wife. I'm not going to forsake her. I'm not gonna do that. I'm not. She knows that.
Make sure you stick around
Shut
until
up,
the
but-
end. We'll break down to Mark what we found.
We contacted everyone in your case.
Mark will explain his intentions with Deanna,
Actually disclosed to her everything about my family life. Everything that I have sat down and discussed this with my wife.
and he'll break the news to his wife.
That they found out what's going on. Go ahead, laugh.
We set up another call with Mark and we were ready to go over everything that we found.
Mark, we contacted everyone in your case. The first
Okej. Należało jej się to. Bo ja widzę tę sytuację tak. Ona jest bardzo chora, nie może wstać z łóżka. Jedyna osoba, którą ma, to jej mąż. Jej mąż chce się ruchać z innymi laskami, bo ona leży tylko w łóżku. No i ona ma takie... Kurde. Trochę przykre, bo ja nie mogę. Jakby ja nie pójdę sypiać z innymi facetami, bo leżę w łóżku. Ale też nie chcę cię stracić, bo się mną opiekujesz. No to dobra. Dość przykra sytuacja moim zdaniem. Tak. Z jej strony. Więc myślę, że się należało jej to. Jakby ta dawka humorku. Jak już ma się ruchać z innymi, to niech się chociaż nie daje skamować. True w tym sensie, że no nie, jakby optymalnie by było, żeby nie dawał jednak ich wspólnych pieniędzy na scam. A z drugiej strony jest to jakaś satysfakcja dla niej, że stary, mówiłam ci, że nie, przypadkowa 20-latka z internetu, która jest mega hot, nie leci na ciebie, typie. I myślę, że rodzaj satysfakcji, że to jednak scam. Może ona by chciała na to wydać te $5000. Na tę satysfakcję właśnie. Co to za twarz na patyku? To jest mój mąż. Jest w pracy obecnie, więc mogę mieć go w ten sposób przy sobie. Hey baby.
first thing we did was run a
Wiecie, wydrukowałam go, bo jak pisałam kiedyś na Twitterze, że on nie ma socjali, bo jest normalnym, przystosowanym do życia w społeczeństwie człowiekiem, to mi ludzie napisali, aha, a moja dziewczyna też jest prawdziwa, tylko chodzi do innej szkoły. Więc on jest prawdziwy. Jak coś. W sensie tu jest akurat z papieru, ale tak naprawdę to jest prawdziwy.
phone number search on the number that you've been texting with Deanna on. We were able to locate another phone number that was under the same phone line as that same number. And we gave that number a call. Her name is Cassandra. She answered the phone. We told her who we were and why we were calling. We call a second time and she got hostile. Whoever is behind this Deanna profile knows Cassandra personally because they're on the same phone line.
So you're not saying that Cassandra is the same persona as Deanna?
There's no way that we can tell you that off of
Okay.
the information that Cassandra gave us, but we do know that these are not VoIP numbers. These are actual phone lines, and Cassandra is paying the bill.
In your experience, does this fall in line with other scams, or does it even sound like one, or do you know? Do you have any idea?
So, I mean, that's going to take us to this photo.
Yeah, I asked her for it. Yep. There have been many times when I have been very hesitant to accept the person who she says she is. So I have asked her for proof of that.
So we zoomed in on the ID and we ran a search on the address on the ID. And we actually found out that Deanna doesn't live at that address.
So when we ran the search on the house, the address, it was actually sold to a couple by the name of Eric and Jennifer in 2020.
So they've been living there for 4 years.
Yes.
Okay.
What do you think about her lying to you about that?
It pisses me off mainly because it makes me know that if she lied about that, she lied about everything most likely.
Słodki sweterek.
We were able to match the ID that she was holding, and essentially all that ID is it's a sample template on the internet.
Okay.
When we looked at this image, it already stuck out to us that it's been altered. The original photo, if you put them side by side, this is the actual image. Do you see where the ID was photoshopped in?
Sprytne, ej.
Yeah.
Ja, jaki Photoshop. Kurde, to wymagało trochę wysiłku ze strony z kamera, żeby znaleźć taką pozę. Kasia down bet na kamerkę, sama się dała zrobić. No nie, przecież ustaliliśmy na początku. Mam trochę samoświadomości. W przeciwieństwie do Marka. Ja bym dostała wiadomość od Deanny. Byłabym jak... Girl. Girl, be for real.
What's going on through your mind?
Well, I mean that a lot of my suspicions have been realized right now. That
Cheetosek przyszedł.
I'm not crazy.
Chodź.
I have
tutaj.
been suspecting
Chodź, Cheetos.
foul play for months. And
No co?
I think that my feelings
ma
and
pistacji dla
fears have
ciebie.
been validated.
Siema.
Do you think that
Spiska.
this relationship that you had with Deanna was
Też
worth
na kolankę?
putting your marriage in jeopardy?
No. No, not at all. I am lucky that I have a very understanding wife who we're never going to separate. We're just not. Something really bad would have to happen. That's not going to happen. So I am lucky in that respect. It did teach me more about, the fact that we've been married for 17 years and maybe I got a little bit bored and lonely. There's no excuse to do stuff
Jakie kółka robili wokół tego nagłówka kursory.
like this. It's not worth it.
The next information that we looked into was the Cash App profile that you were sending money to.
Yes.
Did she ever explain why there's a picture of a black woman on her account?
She did, which was interesting too. I questioned her on that, and she says, "Oh, that was one of my favorite teachers. She's since passed away." And I just,
Ja tak robię cały czas. Nie wiem jak wy, ale ja na swojej apce w banku też mam swoją ulubioną martwą nauczycielkę jako profilowy. Like boy, proszę cię. Swoją drogą to musi być faktycznie niecodzienny scam. W sensie nie prowadzony przez jakąś farmę skamerów, tylko faktycznie jakąś laskę ze Stanów. To jest bardziej indywidualna operacja jakaś.
Have her up there as a reminder. That was her.
Chrupek, przestań chrupać rzeczy na
We ran an
Polską.
image search on that woman in the Cash App profile photo, and we found that her name is Deanna. We were able to find her Facebook account. She's not a teacher. She lives in Texas and has a lot of ties back to Ghana.
I spent time. I spent money. As I said, it started out as something that I didn't realize was going to turn into later on, which was an ongoing online relationship.
So we ran a reverse image search on all the pictures you sent us. We were able to confirm that those pictures are Carly Gray. She has no connection to the phone number that you're communicating with. She has no connection to this romance scam at all.
Okay, well that's good. That is good. I'm glad to hear that.
We found all of her official accounts. So her OnlyFans, Twitter, YouTube, website. She is very active on social media. So she's constantly updating all of her profiles with new content.
Ej, no to dobra wiadomość jest taka, że może cały czas wykupić subskrypcję na jej OnlyFansa. To w sumie myślę, że będzie miał z tego pod względem seksualnym więcej niż z tego skamu.
And if you're not talking to
Nie mówię o tym, że jest szansa jak coś, w sensie, że on ma u niej szansę, tylko ma szansę zobaczyć ją nago.
one of these profiles, you are not speaking to the real Carly Gray.
I called you. I contacted you because I wanted that validation. You have given that to me.
Mark.
I know that my thought processes were not wrong at times. At other times, especially when I was having a few drinks or something, yeah, I kind of wanted that to be real.
Mark,
That's
to
how
chyba
they get you.
pora
This
odstawić drinki.
woman that's obviously attractive, and you seeking some kind of companionship and you being lonely and you wanting to believe it. Like I'm sure you saw all of these photos and the ID and the Cash App, and you knew that it was false to begin with. But the thing that gets you on is going through a rough time in a marriage and you wanting this to be so real that you will look past the red flags. And we genuinely believe that a lot of these photoshops are so bad by design.
I don't get that.
They're looking for somebody that's willing to look past everything.
To ma sens.
I understand. If they were perfect, then it probably wouldn't work. They're looking for someone to put in their inventory, and that's going to work out. That.
Nie, Mark. Oni po prostu powiedzieli właśnie, że jesteś głupi. Specjalnie robią te photoshopki źle, żeby mieć pewność, że jak już ktoś je kupił, to znaczy, że jest na tyle głupi, że da im też hajs.
That they know is probably going to be worth their time and energy, right?
Yep.
Okay. All right.
So are you going to continue to seek outside relationships?
No.
Is your plan now that you know that all of this is fake?
Really would like to do right now is just concentrate on being Mark, the real Mark, and not having to worry about looking for any outside influences, any or at least negative influences. I don't want to have to guess at who I'm talking to, at least in this context. I want to present myself as I normally have been in the past, which has been pretty positive. So,
Well, Mark, I hope that we were able to provide what you were looking for when you initially reached out to us. Still slightly confused on what you were looking for in this whole thing, but I'm hoping that we brought you some clarity and also answered your questions, and you got what you were looking for.
You absolutely brought that clarity and validation to me. I've tried to answer a couple of those questions as honestly as I could. If it didn't come across that way, I apologize. That's on me. That's that. I do appreciate what you guys do, not just for me, but for other people who fall prey to this type of scam, it's an honorable thing to do. I appreciate it.
Carly Gray is an adult film actress with tons of fake accounts all over the internet. She's a very public person whose face is frequently seen in scams. Mark did end up coming to terms with being scammed by this fake profile and decided to go downstairs and let his wife know what we had told him. She didn't want to come on camera, but her reaction was very interesting.
Uwaga, wrzucam ankietę, co dalej?
She's probably in her chair right now. Maybe. Hey, honey. I just wanted you to know that they found out that she's fake, completely fake. Go ahead, laugh. She's fake. She's in Texas. She does this for a living. She's probably a money mule, and with ties to Ghana. All right? I say that.
Ma'am, do you have anything that you would like to say to Mark?
I'm a idiot.
Well, yeah, like I say, it was hard for me to believe that he even did that. He would even consider, believe in someone like that, because we had talked about it, and I told him these people can really suck you in and really make you believe what they're telling you. And but I just told him, like I say, I can't believe that he actually did it. Yeah, I was very upset with him, very upset.
Well, you didn't ever say that you were that upset. So.
Well,
O,
Anyway,
kurczę, nigdy nie powiedziałaś mi, że tak ci przeszkadza, że cię zdradzam z jakimś skamerem. Kurczę, trzeba było coś powiedzieć.
that's that.
You and Mark have an open relationship in this way?
oh no. Because like I say, it was just hard for me to believe that he would actually believe someone like that. And it angered me. I mean, it really did, that he did that.
Apologize, Mark.
I am sorry. She knows how sorry. And we've talked about this
Yes,
part
we
before.
have.
I was open and honest with her from day one.
Yes.
I did tell her that this is ongoing. The conversations were ongoing. And I wanted to get to the bottom of it. I wanted to contact you to find out. But honey, I am sorry. And you mean the world to me. We have
he's
a lot of
sorry.
history.
No, I know that. We have a very happily marriage for 16 years. And we've always been open with each other. And as soon as this happened, I mean, he came and told me about it.
Yeah, I'm never gonna bullshit my wife. She'll read through it in a heartbeat.
Yeah, I know him very well.
But yeah, honey, I'm sorry. I love you.
Well, I love you too, honey.
I love that. For both of you.
Zabrzmiało bardzo szczerze.
Thank you for all your help.
Did we help you, Mark?
Oh, absolutely. A couple of things. You did teach me that I'm not imagining. When I tell myself that this isn't real, that it really wasn't real, that it was fake, that wasn't made up, and also that you were there for me, that you did help me. I don't have to worry about anything anymore. Neither does my wife. We're on solid ground. We're going to continue our life, and we're good. Again, I certainly do appreciate everything you've done.
Mark has since blocked Deanna. He has promised to work on his marriage and is no longer pursuing online dating. Wzruszyliście się? Czy ta muzyka pomogła wam się wzruszyć? O, obejrzmy tego pana, słuchajcie.
They took everything out of me. That's what stopped me. I ran out of money.
Ten będzie mocny.
She basically, to me, she looks like a model. She looks beautiful on the outside, and I think in the inside her heart is just as beautiful. My wife knows about Christina. She cut me off all the joint accounts. I have my own account.
Hello, everyone, and welcome back to another episode of Scamfish presented by socialcatfish.com.
She still does.
No i jedna mądra żona się znalazła.
In fact, tells me she loves me and she does want to get together with me. It's possible that I could leave my wife for her if we were compatible, and I was better off with Christina than I am with my wife.
On today's episode, we speak to a man named Robert who has thoughts of leaving his wife for a woman he met online named Christina. The biggest issue, he's never met her in person or even talked to her over the phone. Robert has sent over $30,000 to Christina to help her get out of the Ukraine. He wants us to verify his online lover.
Out of a Ukraine. Out of a Ukraine? Ile jest Ukrain, przepraszam bardzo, z których można było Christinę wydobyć? Ej, myślicie, że ten Robert to jest Robert Bobert z I Love My Polish Heritage Group?
And the other 20 women he has reaching out to him daily. Well, without further ado, let's jump into it, Seekers. Real quick, guys, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Your comment and like could help stop someone from being scammed. Let's get into it.
Hello, social catfish. My name is Robert. I live in Arizona. Been here for about 6 years.
The Ukraine, czy też The Ukraine nie jest wcale aż tak dużo lepsze od A Ukraine. W sensie to jest, mówienie The Ukraine jest odpowiednikiem naszego mówienia na Ukrainie.
I am married for 20 years. I met my wife. We were back in New Hampshire at the time, and we met like a social gathering. It was like a Super Bowl party. She's a real nice woman. She's actually a registered nurse. She does hospice care now, so she takes care of people on their deathbed, basically. And she's the main.
Żona znowu zamazana? No tak, nie dziwię jej się. Ty chciałbyś się przyznać, że jesteś żoną tego typa?
Breadwinner in our house. Our physical relationship, to be honest with you, is taking a big hit. I think she's reached the age. She's 70. She's reached the age where that is not as important as it used to be. So that's kind of why I think I was looking for friendship.
Despite trying to work through their
Friendship.
problems, Robert and his wife gradually started growing further and further apart.
My wife and I we've gone through a lot the last couple of years, and it's been tough on our relationship. Our marriage is not perfect, as you well know. No marriage is. We're two different people.
On też miał fotę na Harley'u?
In 6 weeks
Oh my God.
after meeting each other in New Hampshire, so we didn't really find out much about each other, and just decided to get married, probably for the sake of hormones. So what made me turn to online dating is I think I was looking for friendship.
Oh my God.
Somebody that was interested.
Christina wyglądała na bardzo dobrą przyjaciółkę na tym zdjęciu.
In, me, both mentally, emotionally, and physically. And that's what I was not getting from my wife at the time. We were just kind of like business partners or roommates.
Robert started his online dating journey in October of 2022. He claims he never opened a dating profile and that the women he would talk to reached out to him through his Facebook account and email. Out of all the hundreds of women that reached out to him, he started to fall for one.
So I met Christina Stepanko. She was from Kyiv, Ukraine.
Bez kitu każda z żon tych typów powinna nakręcić chude fakty Daimery. Bardzo dobry żart o Lasad. Będę udawać, że to był mój.
On October 21st, 2022, and she reached out to me and she asked me if we would like to get to know each other better.
Okej. Bobby. Mogę, Bobby? Zobaczyłam jej zdjęcie i już skomentowałam. Na pewno wygląda na bardzo dobrą przyjaciółkę. Zaczyna od tekstu Hi, you're so handsome. Let's be for real, Robert.
In an email, and she sent me a picture in an email of her. And so that's how we got started. So Christina is 42, and she is a medical worker.
42?
She has jet black hair. She has emerald green eyes. I mean, she always had nice clothes. Makeup was perfect. To me, she looks like a model. It felt like to me that I was talking to a real person.
Ciekawe dlaczego, Robert. Pociągnijmy tę myśl troszeczkę dalej.
Very personable person, very nice. My favorite is that she's very open, candid. She's sweet. She liked hiking and walking and I mean, everything, we had a lot in common that way. It started out with, let's just be friends. She's in Ukraine and I'm here in Arizona, USA, and, I'm thinking, well, we're miles apart. I thought it was really quick. She claimed that she loved me in 3 days, and I go, man, how can you fall in love in 3 days? And she goes, because it was love at first sight, because we exchanged pictures. And I said,
Love at first sight. Widzę teraz scenariusz, w którym przeglądam Facebooka, widzę wąsatego Roberta i myślę, o mój Boże, that's it. That's it. I'm hooked.
man, not me. I mean, I wasn't even close to being there in the beginning. So it was very quick for her. Looking for, eventually marriage. And she...
Sfriendzonował ją. Robert, nieładnie. Ona była dużo bardziej w nim zakochana niż on w niej na początku, czaicie? It was the Robert for her. Spójrzcie na ten profilowy! Robert! Somebody get your dad!
She knew I was married and I'm older, and she would tell me, she still does, in fact, tell me she loves me, and she does.
Pani Krystynko, miłość jest dla mojej żony. Dla pani to ewentualnie przyjaźń i ruchanko.
She just came across as somebody a caring person looking to get out of the war and come to the U.S. She looked beautiful on the outside, and I think in the inside her heart is just as beautiful. That's how I feel.
On February
wykorzystali ten
2022,
wątek.
Russia invaded Ukraine. The invasion has resulted in tens of thousands of deaths. Christina claims she was caught in the middle of it all. Aside from their romance, Robert felt he had to rescue Christina from the Ukraine at all costs. She would explain the horrible living conditions she had to overcome every day.
What I really came to figure out is because she was explaining to me that sometimes we couldn't talk because they didn't have power, no internet. Sometimes I had to go into bomb shelters. So then I realized, well, not only is there's another situation, is that she is in a war zone, and I just felt whether we got together or not, I was going to help her anyway. It was just
Okej, teraz zaczynam się zastanawiać, czy może on nie był aż tak delulu, żeby wierzyć, że jej się podoba, tylko może on myślał, że ona chce się tylko wydostać z Ukrainy i liczy na to, że on jej pomoże. Czy w takim wypadku byłby chyba bardziej obrzydliwym człowiekiem. Jakby chyba wolałabym myśleć, że jest po prostu delulu, niż że jest tak cyniczny. Że wyrywa laskę na to, że ją wyciągnie z kraju rozdartego wojną.
automatic thought. It just hit me, and I'm still the same the moment it hit me today as I was then. Never asked me for money. In fact, I volunteered to give her money to help her out to get out of Ukraine. Yeah, I sent the money to her lawyer, like I mentioned, the $1,800, and then Bitcoin after that. The money that I sent was really all the money I had. It was my personal money, and I was trying to be a good Samaritan helping this woman out in my mind. We got to the point where there were so many different problems and spending so much of it, I'm taking from our savings account, which I would never do, as I go over $3,000 from our joint account. And then I even borrowed $3,500 thinking that, I can fix this. I'll just throw some money at it. So bus fares would be $700. I need money to eat. I'm in the hospital. I paid off her hospital bill. And then it would be, she had bought 2 airline tickets. I called the airline and found the first one was fake. So I figured, well, she made a mistake, and then so I had to buy another airline ticket. And so it just kept going on and on. She was back and forth between being arrested in Germany for a fake ticket, and she took it from Ukraine to Germany, and it just was one catastrophe after another.
Czekaj, ona mu wkręca, że sprzedali jej fałszywy bilet. No tak, w sumie jeśli jak było na nim napisane Poland International Airline, brzmi dość fake.
In fact, I went down to Tucson Airport for 2 weekends in a row, booked a motel room so I could stay overnight and check the flights because all of a sudden I lost contact with the original Christina. And it got to the point where it's like, but you're still not here. You're still not here.
O mój Boże, Bobert zarezerwował pokój w hotelu.
And you wonder how I could have gone on this long, but I kept trying to get her here.
Robert's wife has removed him from all their joint banking accounts. She found out about him sending money to Christina when she logged into their savings account and noticed thousands of dollars missing from the account.
Hey!
He even sent money to Christina for this US passport so they could finally meet in person. But it wasn't enough to get her out of the Ukraine, and she still needed more money for lawyer fees.
Quite honest, I felt in my mind and heart that she would pay me back. I'm broke. They took everything out of me. There ain't no additional money to give. That's what stopped me. I ran out of money, over 30 grand. My wife knows about Christina. Basically, I said that I was trying to help this person, this woman from Ukraine, get to the United States because she was in a war zone. Well, my wife is not jealous over her. I've always told her the truth.
A powinna być.
I never told her about Christina being romantic. I think she's a woman. She's not stupid. She probably assumes that that's part of it. I'm thinking that that I would be able to replace it before she found out about the savings. Took about 3,000 or a little over 3,000 out of the savings. She cut me off all the joint accounts. I have my own account. She buys the food, but I pay for I have a truck payment, so I have to pay so much a month on that. So I'm no longer on any of her accounts, which I agreed to. I said, no, you're my mistake, and no problem.
Robert still believes Christina is real and is hopeful that he can get her out of the Ukraine and into safety. If he had more money to send, he'd dish out even more to help her get home.
Like I said, my heart really was and still is trying to help this woman get out of Ukraine. And if she's for real, I will not stop until I help her out. If Christina came to Arizona and we physically got together, it's possible that I could leave my wife for her if we were compatible, and I was better off with Christina than I am with my wife. And I still believe that the original Christina I met is real. We could fall in love, and I would eventually marry her after I got divorced from my wife.
All right. Well, we had some work to do, Seekers. We gathered the team to go over all of Robert's information. He had a ton of different images we had to look into.
Barta pisze, nie martw się, że ona w tym samym czasie miała gorący romans z Johnnym Deppem. Właśnie wysłałam mu 3 doładowania z tym w miesiącu. To byłby dobry film, para starych ludzi, która jest skamowana w tym samym czasie. Tak, i na dodatek skamuje się nawzajem. I wiesz co? Jest o tym piosenka. Nazywa się If You Like Pina Colada.
Robert, he's been talking to this woman who he thinks is in Ukraine. Her name is Christina, but something that I found really odd about this case is that Robert is still married.
He said that if she turns out to be real and she comes over here to the States, he did mention that he would leave his wife to be with her.
Something I'm a little concerned about is how transparent he is with us, but is he being open with his wife? Is she aware of his connection and to what depth that connection is?
So I'll start looking into the identity of the girls and see what we come up with.
Robert had women contacting him left and right through his Facebook account, but we focused on the main women he was communicating with. We had to break down all of Christina's photos first. This was the woman he sent $30,000 to. Make sure you stick around until the end. Robert will open up more about the women that he's in contact with.
So this is why we're here, because I want to know, and I appreciate you guys' work on this.
What's up with these girls trying to call you, by the way? Talk to me about that.
Some with money, some with no money, some that have to start over again. I have a black girl. She is a dynamite. She's awesome. I mean, physically,
What?
she's brown sugar, man. She's like the best.
And we'll try to get him to...
What? Okej, rozpakujmy to. Po pierwsze, non-stop wypisuję do niego hot laski na Facebooku. Bo wiecie, widzieliście profilowe Boberta, tak? Ciężko się oprzeć. Jakby ten wąs z jednego pieca chleb. Nie rozpakowujmy tego, zostawmy w pudełku. Nie, błagam, musimy to przerobić. Musimy rozdrapać ten strób. Jedna z nich, słuchajcie, musiał się pochwalić, że jest czarną laską i powiedział, she's a brown sugar, but she's really hot, albo coś takiego. Okej, ja rozumiem, że on, nie wiem, korzysta z zasobu słownictwa, które wpoili mu jeszcze za wojny secesyjnej, ale jakby mieli odrobinę litości w tym programie, to by to wyedytowali. Diversity King. Robert nie widzi koloru.
To understand that these women are not who they claim to be. Let's jump back into it, Seekers. After a few days of digging, it was time to sit down with Robert for the first time. We felt we had all we needed to get him to come to terms. If you've made it this far, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, guys. We appreciate you so much.
Robert, how you doing, Robert?
I got some girl that's trying to call me.
What's up with these girls trying to call you, by the way? Talk to me about that.
So I'm on Facebook, and all of a sudden, I get these friend requests. I got so many that I have to wait till they're 2 weeks old before I can say, okay. Then they flood me, and they all want to marry me. It's like, what? I mean,
What?
I'm no Bossa Nova. I'm no Romeo. It's like, what is this? When I was young and I could handle about 10 of them, I never saw any of these girls. Where were they?
Well,
Where were they, Robert? Where were they? Robert? Pomyślmy na tym chwileczkę. Skąd się biorą te wszystkie hot dziewczyny, które ciągle do mnie wypisują na Facebooku? To ta foto z Harley. Yep. On mówi, żaden ze mnie Romeo, żaden ze mnie Casanova i nie wierzy w to, co mówi. Widzę ten błysk w jego oku. On totalnie myśli, że jest Casanova.
that's what I'm getting at. Like, I don't get those people contacting me. Drew doesn't. So why do you think they're going after you?
I do a ministry, like I try to pass Bible truths and stuff. All I want to do is just give them a witness and say, you know, you got a future, bring them hope, happiness, and say it's better than taxes and death. I think some just...
Okej. Tak. Chłopaki go pytają, dlaczego do nich ciągle nie wypisują hot dziewczyny. Ale on ma asa w rękawie. I to jest Bóg. Bóg jest jego skrzydłowym.
Some, you know, they're just looking for money, obviously. We know the scammer, this whole thing with this Ukrainian bit, you know, that was a scam. But the original girl that I started with, she is true. She still contacts me. She still never asked me for a dime.
The thing is, you know, you came to us. We have a YouTube channel. You know that, right?
Oh, yeah, I know what you guys are about, and I understand that.
So when we played your video back, we noticed that you're married. Can you just kind of walk us through like how your relationship with your wife is? And we get a pretty good amount of views on these videos. People are going to ask those questions. So I just want to give you the floor to explain.
Of course, she's beautiful. She's a young...
Czemu mówi, że nie prosiła o hajs? Bo ona nie prosiła, on sam jej wysłał. Ona tylko powiedziała, że jej tak ciężko w Ukrainie.
She's 42 years old. She's a model. I mean, the girl is absolutely pristine, beautiful girl. So I'm not dead yet, you know, I'm not, you know, and I appreciate beauty just like the next guy. So as far as my marriage goes, I haven't gone anywhere. I'm still here.
Jego argument to I'm not dead yet. Jego argument to dopóki facet będzie oddychał, będzie zdradzał.
But going back to Facebook, what I was talking about real quick is that, just to be honest, I don't contact none of these women. They contact me.
I believe it. I think that's what we're getting at, is that like, why do you think like a 40-year-old model is like out of everybody in the world, there are like billions of people in the world. Why are they reaching out and finding you and reaching out to you directly?
You know, they all tell me, and I believe it, not all of them, but majority, say they don't like younger men because they screw up, you know, they cheat on them. And most of the stories now, you can't believe it.
Czekaj. Robert, zatrzymajmy się na chwilkę. Chłopaki dalej drążą. Dlaczego ta modelka leci akurat na ciebie, a nie na chłopaków w swoim wieku? Bo chłopaki w ich wieku zdradzają. Dlatego wolą mnie, żebym zdradził moją żonę z nimi.
Everyone, because that's not true. But the majority, and you know, if I was to take a poll, most of them say that they get cheated on because the young men are, you know, they
their hormones are running, and they don't really care what they do as long as they get what they want, right?
O, w przeciwieństwie do ciebie, Robert.
I mean, those young ones too. So they like an older person. They know they can trust an older person. They know they can be loyal. That's just
Robert! Co jest?
coming from them. It's not my words, but it's their words, you know.
So, from our understanding in the video, you had said you'd leave your wife if she's real. She's.
Ja się czuję gaslightowana przez ekran.
Comes, right?
Well, here's how it would work. Let's just say I meet her and she becomes, we're compatible in person, you know, not over Skype, not texting, but we're personable. Yeah, I'm most likely, I give it a 50-50. I still don't know. I said that before too. I still don't know if I leave because I've never met the girl. You know, it's like you and I are talking. I even had a video call from her.
Słuchajcie, dałby jej szansę. O, to miło z jego strony. Ale tylko pod warunkiem, że okażą się kompatybilni. To wtedy przemyśli to, Robert. Idę po bluzę, bo mi zimno.
So I know more of you than I know of her as far as seeing them face to face. You know, so it's kind of hard to predict something that you really don't know. You got to realize that I'm older. I've been married 3 times. This ain't my first rodeo. I know what I want. And if I was to give up where I'm at now, it's going to take a lot. It's going to take a big horse to do it.
Yeah. So what are the things that you want? Like, what are you wanting out of life now?
I basically want somebody that's really physical, you know, in a relationship, physical relationship. Somebody that's over the hill in love with, you know, and I wouldn't give up what I got unless they can fulfill those shoes.
So have you talked to your wife about? I mean, because it seems like you've had a relationship for a while.
Chodzi o ruchanie.
Like, have you talked to her about like those needs? I mean, instead of going to talk to people online.
My wife she's almost 71. She works very hard. She doesn't have a lot of energy for that kind of stuff anymore. You know, it's not her fault. She just, the old days, your guy's age, you could just say, hey, baby, let's bing, that's it. Right. There's no instant pudding, you know what I mean? I think the thing that's...
Czemu woli skrzywdzić żonę, zamiast sobie zwalić? Pyta Haruka 5677. To jest bardzo dobre pytanie. Często mnie to zastanawia. Oczywiście flirt to jest coś, to jest inny rodzaj ekscytacji, którego zwalenie konia ci nie da, ale w takim razie oni by poprzestali tylko na pisaniu. Fakt, że on ciągle próbuje im jakby motel zabukować, to jest też różnica, mam wrażenie, w tym, jak na te skamy się nabierają kobiety i mężczyźni i w ogóle jak często wygląda zdrada. Mam wrażenie, że wielu osobom wystarcza ten rodzaj ekscytacji, że ktoś coś się tobą interesuje i że ktoś chciałby być może coś z tobą. A cała reszta mogłaby sobie po prostu zwalić konia.
The only thing that's helped us, I have to say it this way, is that our faith, you know, faith in the Bible. It's a faith thing. A 3/4 cord is hard to break. So you got God, you and your spouse. That's kind of how it works. But, yep. You know, as of late, one of the things that, you know, has affected me is looking for the physical relationship part. And, you know, it's tough. I've got a lot of prospects. I mean, more than this Ukrainian girl.
I mean, Christina is beautiful. Her friend Melissa is obviously attractive. What other types of women do you have in your DMs?
Some with money.
Czy on właśnie powiedział I got some kind of prospect, not like this Ukraine girl? Okej, czyli on ma świadomość, że ma nad nią przewagę i dobrze wie, jaka to jest przewaga. I nie ma żadnych wyrzutów sumienia w związku z tym, że ją w swojej głowie właśnie wykorzystuje.
Some with no money, some that have to start over again. I have a black girl. She is a dynamite. She's awesome. I mean, physically, she's brown sugar, man. She's like the best. But what can I say? But, you know, I don't want to hurt anybody, so I try to keep them all going, and I can't keep up with them anymore.
So, okay.
We got to get into this.
We have to get into this.
Let's talk first about the boarding pass. We actually ran the ticket through our image search, and we actually found a match, which is not a good sign, just so you know. It means that the image that you got wasn't unique, so the ticket originated from somebody posting it on TripAdvisor.
Okay.
The next thing that we wanted to go over was the email, Christina's email. So we ran that through our website, and When we looked it up, we got no results on the email. This usually means that this person just created this email. This person probably doesn't exist.
Okay.
When looking up an email on our website, it's a huge red flag when you receive no results. 99.9% of the time, an email will have what is called digital footprints. When you sign up for a phone service, email list, even social media, a record would show for an email. So if you get this message, you're either talking to someone that's trying to mask their identity, is extremely private, or just made this email.
Do you remember getting this visa? Why was this sent to you?
I asked for it, I think. That's why I got it.
We ran it through a visa status check and it came back as invalid. These visa numbers do not exist. And actually, when you're looking at the visa numbers, they must be exactly 8 characters with letters and numbers. This does not have any letters.
Przede wszystkim nikt tak dobrze nie wygląda na zdjęciu z paszportu. Przynajmniej, jeśli tak jest, to mi nie mówcie o tym. Ja wolę wierzyć, że nikt nie wygląda dobrze na zdjęciu z paszportu.
Obviously, what I'm getting at is this visa's fake.
Okay, that's good. I mean, not good, but it's real.
Why do you think up until this point you've gotten nothing but fake information from this person?
Oh, I don't know. I mean, I don't know if it was fake or not. I just, that was the visa that she sent me. But that's definitely from the real girl, supposedly. So, so this is why we're here, because I want to know, and I appreciate you guys' work on this. So this visa is fake, so that may lead to more problems,
The more information we uncovered, Robert realized that everything Christina was telling him was a lie. We ensured we found every woman in all the photos he sent.
To jak coś nie jest ta gruba historia, którą miałam na myśli.
He was about to hear the truth about Christina.
Yeah, so this is the actual stuff that you've probably been waiting for. We ran multiple image searches and we found multiple women in your case. This is Christina's friend. Why did Melissa get in contact with you initially?
Yeah, well, she got in contact with me because she was looking for romance on Facebook. Then she asked me for some money and I thought, screw that, you know what I mean?
So this woman in this photo, her name is not Melissa. This is adult film actress Kendra Lust. She's a very common used face in romance scams. Let's hop into Christina. So we ran a reverse image search on Christina and things were a little off as we were running the reverse image searches. There's actually 3 other women's photos that she's using.
Czekaj, on myślał, że te 3 laski to jest Christina. Wszystkie te 3 laski to jest jedna Christina. Aha.
When you look at their facial structures, they're completely different.
What caught my eye was all her photos were like posed. She was always dressed up.
Got you. When we ran this woman's photos, this was a OnlyFans actress named Madeline Monroe. Her name is not Christina.
Yeah.
The second person is a lady named Florina. She's a fitness influencer. And so she looks completely different from...
Jest fitness influencer tak bardzo, że musieli zamazać jej zdjęcie profilowe.
The other 2, and that's the one that's laying down in the bathing suit with the dog next to her. And now you can see where we're headed with this. We obviously have 3 different women, and to the last Christina, the one you got the most image.
Nie, ten typ nie sprawia, że chce mi się płakać i nie jest mi go szkoda. Właśnie mówiłam o tym od początku, że ten program to moja odtrutka na moje condition. Na moje condition wzruszania się starymi dziadami.
Just from the one with the black hair and hazel eyes.
Yeah, now that's the picture, yeah. That's the girl I sent a lot of pictures of this girl.
Her name is Yev.
Sorry, nie słuchałem. To tak jak zwykle, no.
Genya. She is a makeup artist from Russia. And so this is her real account. And her name is not Christina whatsoever.
Oho, chyba słyszę, że przyszedł mój mąż. Idę mu szybko dać buziaka. Oglądajcie.
You see how she's always dressed up, so that kind of, it's not like she just woke up and, no makeup, I'm going to bed now, pictures. So it did raise a little bit of a flag, but I just figured, I don't know.
These women in these photos have nothing to do with the scam. They have nothing to do with the people behind the profiles of Christina or Melissa. Their photos were just stolen and used to get you to send money.
You could tell that the research that we showed Robert hit him hard. What he once thought was an inbox full of beautiful women was now an inbox full of lies. We see this all the time. Once this scammer behind this fake profile knew Robert was willing to send money once, his Facebook was flooded with fake profiles.
So we just launched this new tool. It's called Unfrauded, right? And so like we do these videos every single week. We have hundreds of thousands of people that come to us and need help, right? And so we built an artificial intelligence tool called Unfrauded, where you can drop your conversations into this tool. You can even upload images, passports, contracts, and we'll tell you if they're real or fake. So basically, it's like you sitting down with us right now and us spending hours and hours doing research with my team, but you have this access to this artificial intelligence tool moving forward. You can use it for free. It's our gift to you.
I love it.
I understand being in a relationship and having wants and needs and maybe not having those fulfilled, right? So I don't understand where you're coming from, but I have empathy with you where you're coming from. These online relationships are not real relationships. These are people trying to get into your pocket, trying to...
Okej, Nexus pisze. Warto jednak pamiętać, że nawet jeśli Robercik jest chujkiem, to jest niestety ofiarą skamów. Te scamgerle tworzą jemu pewien obraz świata. To, że jest dorosły, lojalny, atrakcyjny. Dodatkowo odzywa się wiele scamgerlów, wzmacniając w nim poczucie pewne... Tak, ale... Mam taki take, że w przypadku takich gości, którzy właśnie są chujkami, są trochę ksenofobami i rasistami, a w dodatku mają 20 000, żeby je komuś wysłać i życie im się od tego nie wali, myślę, że to okej, że te pieniądze idą do nigeryjskich nastolatków. Myślę, że jest to rodzaj redystrybucji, który jestem w stanie zaakceptować. Ale to zależy od przypadku.
Your identity, trying to get money from you. There's ulterior motive here, and they're all stealing other people's pictures. It's just not realistic for hot younger women to randomly message older guys, and it seems like they...
Jak to nierealistik? Nie mów tak Robertowi.
manipulated you into thinking like, hey, look, you know, these younger men cheat and blah, blah, blah. I'm not saying sometimes that doesn't happen.
Foroxy.pl pyta, czy to nie jest tak, że ma jakieś zaburzenie, a nie jest po prostu chujkiem? Rozumiem ten punkt widzenia, ale myślę, że jest kontrskuteczne dopatrywanie się zaburzeń tam, gdzie zawodzi po prostu ludzki charakter. Myślę, że jest bardziej prawdopodobne, że ludzie zachowują się chujowo po prostu z ludzkiej, ułomnej natury niż z zaburzeń. Jakby patologizowanie wszystkiego, co jest nie okej, wiedzie nas trochę na manowce, mam wrażenie.
Happen, but I am saying that it's just not realistic for, you know, somebody that's in their 60s or 70s to have, you know, hot young women knocking at the door left and right, and I think it's giving you a false perception of like what's truly happening. This could potentially be extremely poisonous for your marriage because in one end you're like, man, I need this, like, you know, I'm not getting this, and then on the other end they're all fake people just trying to get in your pocketbook.
Makes sense to me. You know, my pride isn't hurt or anything like that. In fact, it's kind of a relief knowing that I don't want all this attention anyway. These fake people are...
On nie chciał pisać, on nic nie chciał od Christiny. Nawet dobrze, że ona nie jest prawdziwa, bo tak musiałby z nią zerwać i byłoby jej przykro.
You know, it's sucking up all my time, so relief. I'll just shrug them off, you know, don't answer them back and delete them.
You know what happens? Like, we've talked to a lot of people in your case, and they take up so much of your time, they isolate you from real life. And that's what's happening. So if you can cut off contact with these people, make your Facebook account private, you can live like a real life and travel like you want to.
Oh, yeah, definitely. My main reason, and I got caught up in this, is, like I said, it's for my ministry. It's taboo for me the way I'm doing it, but now that I've kind of got immune to all this, and it doesn't affect me personally, but now that I know 99% of them are scammers, and it's been proven, what helps me now is I can just give them a witness, you know, and that's the end of it. I won't answer them back unless they say, well, I'm interested, you know, and there might be 1 out of 100 maybe.
They're fake, Robert. They're fake. I'm just being real with you. They're fake. If there was a ministry of hot women coming to hear about the Lord, sign me up for that. But that's not what's going on.
I still can serve a purpose.
Chłopaki nie wytrzymują już.
Maybe 1 in 1,000. Maybe there's more. maybe as a percentage even smaller. But if that one person that I saved their life, like if I was on a rescue, ambulance and fire rescue, and I saved a life, I would feel, you would too. We'd all feel good about it.
You know what I would feel good about, Robert? Like, I would feel good, like, if I helped you in your wife's relationship. That's what I feel good about. And I think, like, in man-to-man, just being, like, candid with you, like, I appreciate you wanting to serve the Lord and do this, right? But serving your wife is pretty honorable, too. And I don't think you sitting here talking to all these random women online is only about religion. Serving your wife is even more important. So take that advice or don't, but like, I'm just gonna be candid with you just as a married man. Whether you listen to my advice or not, it's really up to you.
I agree. Yeah. Yeah, that's good counsel. That comes right from the Bible itself.
That's right, baby.
I know, I'll take the responsibility. Yeah, you get misled like I was. Thank you very much. I can take it,
Let's get you set up with this tool, Robert, so that no matter who you're talking to or dealing with online, it's not just for romance scams. It's for, you get a text message and you don't recognize, you get an email. If you have any doubt, you drop it in this tool and we'll evaluate the tool for you. It incorporates the knowledge that we have as investigators and it incorporates the tools that we've built internally. So I think it will change things for you. We wish you the absolute best of luck and we'll stay in touch if you have any questions, okay?
I gotta use that right now and go through all these lists of these girls like this.
Yeah, keep you busy for a month.
Yeah, that's okay, because every time they come in, I will check them and say, and like you said, 99%
Przykro mi, dziewczyny, nie mamy już szans u Roberta.
of them are gone, they'll be gone, but they still got served. And that's my job.
All right. All right. Nice talking, Robert. All right.
See you, guys. Take care.
Robert has a lot to learn when it comes to the internet. We suspect.
Okej, mamy screena z komentarzami pod postem Roberta. Looking good, mountain man. You are looking man. You are good looking man. Myślałam, że to jest napisane you are looking man. You are a good looking man. Love this picture. Gorgeous. Thanks, napisał Robert wszystkim naraz. Robert, serduszka. You look amazing. Can you send me friends request? You look amazing. My favorite. Robert się nie może opędzić.
He may be involved in more than just romance scams. When we looked into his Facebook, we found 90% of his Facebook friends were fake profiles.
90%! Słuchajcie, na jakiejś hali skamerskiej Robert jest legendą. Ludzie gadają o nim przy porannej kawie.
Do you think Robert will ever learn? Let us know in the comment section below.
Bobert stated that he and his wife are committed to improving their relationship. While we can't speak to the intricacies of their love life, we sincerely hope that things improve for them. Ankieta, czy Robert will ever learn? Come on. Czy potrzebujemy tej ankiety?
Thanks for...
Jeszcze jeden, zobaczymy. Trust me on this one. Okej, możecie zdecydować, czy chcecie odcinek z Johnnym Deppem, czy kolejny odcinek z chłopem, który leci na 20-latki. Zrobię ankietę. A, nie, czekaj, nie włączę się. Gdzie jest czat? Dawać mi czat. Halo. A, dobra. Robię najlepszy poll. Uwaga. To będzie ultimate ankieta. Będzie tylko minuta, więc bum. A, muszę zadać pytanie. Bum. Wiem, to bardzo ważna ankieta. Okej, na razie wygrywa baba. Uwaga, nadal prowadzi baba. Nieustannie. Kamera. O. Uwaga, zostało kilka sekund. Czy wygra baba? Baba jest już 3 okrążenia przed chłopem. Wygrała baba. Tylko że odcinek, który wam pokażę, tak jak mówiłam, filmy z babami dzielą się na 2 kategorie. Albo starsza pani, do której pisze niby jakiś właśnie pan w średnim wieku, który wygląda jak normalny facet i pracuje na platformie wiertniczej. Albo, dokładnie, druga opcja, podryw na hip-hopowca. To znaczy na Johnny'ego Deppa. Zwykle jest to Johnny Depp. I to są grube delulu sprawy. To lecimy, myślę, z Johnnym Deppem. Jest kilka takich. Jest jedna babka, która w ogóle umawiała się z 5 celebrytów naraz. Nie pamiętam, kim byli oni wszyscy po kolei. Ale na pewno ta pani umawiała się z Johnnym Deppem, więc obejrzymy ją.
He had said something to me in the Jack Sparrow mode. You know, one of Johnny Depp's lines that I knew of. He saw something in me that I already knew existed. He said...
Oglądajcie i miejcie w głowie, żebyście wiedzieli następnym razem, jak napiszę do was Bartositek: ej, macie kartę na Steam, kartę z doładowaniem na Steam? Ej, macie jakąś subskrypcję? Macie jakąś subskrypcję z Prime'a?
Do you want to have sex? With a question mark. No, I don't think you're real. You know, this is a joke. This isn't right, you know.
Hello everyone and welcome back to another episode of Scamfish presented by socialcatfish.com.
And the next thing I know, I got this picture sent to me with me in the frame, and he's holding the picture. And I'm like, what the heck? How do you do that? You know, I'm like, how did that happen? That was my heart. This is Johnny Depp. This is Johnny.
My God.
On this episode, we speak to a 59-year-old woman named Angela. She believes she's in an online relationship with a famous actor that I'm sure all of you know. His name is Johnny Depp. The two connected through the app Discord and have been in contact for about a year now. Angela has come to us to find out the truth about this person she's been speaking to after sending thousands of dollars to buy an NFT. She's tired of her relationship remaining...
Bartek, kupię ci Baldura, ale tylko jeśli wrzucisz fotę z Harley'em.
Through text messages and wants to meet the real Johnny Depp in person. Let's see what we can dig up and hopefully we can give her some answers. Real quick guys, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Your comment and like could help stop someone from being scammed. Let's get into it. Alright, so we're gonna call Angela today, Brienne.
Alright.
And she thinks she's talking to Johnny Depp.
Angela, it's really nice meeting you.
It's nice meeting you also.
Where are you at today with Johnny Depp?
Still talking to him.
Angela is a longtime fan of Johnny Depp. She was scrolling through his website and found his Discord channel. This is Johnny Depp's official Discord. But was this the real Johnny Depp she was speaking to? So tell me about the first time you met Johnny Depp. Did he reach out to you or did you reach out?
Czy Bartek Sitek powiedział ci już o Grześkach tyci? Bartek ma zakaz używania w mojej obecności słowa tyci.
Damn.
I was never really a fan of his. I was more like
I jak ci goście docierają do tych zeskamowanych ludzi? Ci zeskamowani ludzie sami do nich piszą i sami do nich się wydzwaniają, żeby dowiedzieć się, czy ich miłość z internetu jest prawdziwa. Nie wiem, czy słyszeliście to, co powiedziała, ale ona powiedziała, że nie powiedziałaby, że była fanką Johnego. Come on. Nie to, że była fanką. Ona jest totalnie jak ta nastolatka, która szła na koncert One Direction i była przekonana, że jak będzie wyglądać na znudzoną, to chłopaki zauważą ją ze sceny i zaproszą na backstage, bo będą tak zafascynowani tym, że nie robią na niej wrażenia.
Myra, this all started around the time when he was coming out with the NFTs. He had said something to me in the Jack Sparrow mode. You know, one of Johnny Depp's lines that I knew of from the Pirates of the Caribbean, something like that. You know, he was talking in that voice.
To musiał być Johnny w takim razie, bo skąd znałby swoje kwestie z filmu?
He was drunk that night. I believe he said, "Do you want to have sex?"
Oh, Johnny!
I mean, I fought him hard.
With a question mark?
Like, no, I don't think you're real. You know, this is a joke. This isn't right, you know.
When Johnny reached out to Angela, she couldn't believe it was actually him. The two chatted for hours about Johnny's NFTs and his art pieces. She fell in love with this specific NFT. It was a portrait that Johnny Depp painted of another actor named Marlon Brando.
I thought it would be a really great idea to get an NFT from him, to purchase one, and donate it to Mount Sinai Hospital here in the name of bone research. Because I have had so many surgeries and my neck is all built. It's not mine.
Angela has had long life struggles with bone disease. She dreamt of giving back to the hospital that has helped her throughout the years. Donating the NFT to the hospital was a gift and a way of her showing her appreciation to the doctors that reconstruct.
O mój Boże, wyobraźcie sobie, że pracujecie w szpitalu, przychodzi do was babka i mówi, że chce wam dać NFT.
Her neck. Johnny requested a payment of $6,000 for the rights and ownership to his NFT.
You know, there's business in there, but I think there's some emotion in there as well. Yeah. I mean, I'm not a child, you know. I'm a 60-year-old woman. You know, whether I look it or not, that doesn't matter to me. But I'm not a child. So you can see I've been at this for quite some time. Actually, it'll be 9 months for coming up on.
Through the chats, Angela began to fall for Johnny Depp. They talked all day and all night.
And are you in love with him?
At this point, I'm not sure. I think I'm just along for the ride until I can get this sewn up so people can really see what's going on. And, you know, at this point, I don't know if I am or if I'm not. I have a deep, very deep admiration for him.
So, Angela, you know, you mentioned that you've been talking to him for quite some time. What's the reason why he's not able to connect with you in person?
I don't know. Do you know I don't know? Because I haven't asked him. You know, like there are certain times I'll ask certain questions to him and he'll answer them. He'll answer them or not, you know, or he'll get mad at me or not.
Deep down inside, do you think that you're truly talking to Johnny Depp?
I'm not sure. So, you know, there's a lot of strange things I've seen.
I want to be with Rihanna, right? I want to be with Beyonce. I want to be with all of these beautiful famous women. And Johnny Depp is on that level of superstardom. Why would he choose you to talk to you, Angela?
Maybe because, I don't know. I like to think at one degree he saw something in me that I already knew existed. Because he asked me questions. You got to remember, this is conversations. Now we're going towards the beginning. Like, you know, what could I do? What could I do? Like, you know, do I know how to sing? Do I know how to dance? Do I, you know, do any of those things? Part of me was thinking, maybe he's tired of Hollywood. Maybe he just wants to be...
Okej, czyli w jej głowie Johnny Depp wybrał ją, bo ona nie potrafi śpiewać, grać, ani tańczyć. Jest tak cudownie unremarkable. On ma już po prostu dość utalentowanych i pięknych kobiet. Myślę, że to jest przypadłość, która dotyka większość mężczyzn w Hollywood. W pewnym wieku po prostu mają dość pięknych i utalentowanych kobiet. to się może przejeść.
Become a musician or something, because the way he was talking sounded mostly like that. I don't want to be in the light anymore, and I don't want to, he was talking like small deals, and I was paying attention to that. We've even gotten to the point where he said, well, maybe you could manage me. And I'm like, how the heck would I know where to start to do something like that? Don't know. That's the kind of depth conversations that we've had in depth. We even talked about having another baby or getting a surrogate.
What are some reasons that lead you to believe that you...
Wiem, że mi kamerkę zamroziło, a to dlatego, że Johnny Depp właśnie wysłał mi 5 złotych. Mój Boże. Zaraz naprawię.
Are talking to Johnny Depp.
He had sent me a clip before the album came out, was of Hedy Lamarr through the chat, so I could listen to the song. And that was before the album came out.
Do you guys talk on the phone?
We don't talk like the way we're talking right now. No. He swears I'm gonna get a video from him, but I don't know when that's gonna happen. I mean, last month, I sent this man $930.
Even after sending thousands of dollars, Angela still hasn't received the Marlon Brando NFT.
In truth and all, I keep asking, where's my NFT? Don't I deserve that? Because I paid so much money into this already. He said, why do you keep talking about the NFT? And I'm like, well, because that's why I basically came in here, was to obtain the Marlon Brando NFT. That was my initial reason, and that still has always been my reason. And I guess I'm still waiting on that.
So, Angela, about how much money would you say has been sent to Johnny Depp?
God, if I really get into this, it has to be well over $6,000. Well over. Because I pawned my jewelry, all my jewelry. Then, went to my bank account, everything I had.
Angela was giving portions of her paycheck to Johnny Depp for months. He claimed he needed the money in order to get her some special passport so they can meet in person. But she wasn't just sending money to Johnny Depp. She was also receiving it from him. She accepted checks and PayPals on behalf of Johnny Depp. He claimed these were his friends. She even moved money for him.
Padł mi aparat. Zamówiłam już adapter do baterii, żeby mógł się ładować, jak streamuję. Ale póki co kamerka internetowa it is.
Out of her personal checking account into his Bitcoin wallet.
At this point, he's like, oh, well, you can keep your paychecks. He was asking everything of me. He had me running to find a...
Nexus pyta, czy uważam, że ci ludzie są po prostu głupi, czy omamieni i wykorzystani. Myślę, że to jest dokładnie tak, jak z kultami, jak z sektami. Nikomu się nie wydaje. Każdemu się wydaje, że on byłby za mądry, żeby się dać wciągnąć do sekty. Ale tak naprawdę myślę, że to jest kwestia odpowiednich okoliczności, które ci złapią. Złapie cię odpowiednie emo i złapią cię odpowiednie okoliczności i nie będziesz mieć pojęcia potem, jak dałeś się w to wciągnąć.
Bitcoin machine or something, and he would have me on these long, runs places, taking cabs back and forth and all this other stuff I was doing.
Were you receiving funds on his behalf and you were putting it into a Bitcoin machine, or were you taking money yourself from your own account?
I remember this all correctly. It started with us talking, and then somehow me getting a check sent to my house for $3,000 or something. I was with TD Bank, got kicked out of TD Bank, went into Bank of America, got kicked out of there.
So why were you kicked out?
They just didn't want me in the banks anymore.
And then how did you send the money the last time Johnny had asked you to send money? About, I think you mentioned a month ago?
I'll just say for right now that it was sent out. And I don't want to tell you how, because I believe it's illegal.
And so, okay, so back when you received the check, was it signed from Johnny or was it signed from someone else?
I can't remember, to be honest.
So you're accepting money from different people?
You know, I don't know. I know that in the PayPal app, he put like $800 and something in there, and then he sent it to other people.
Oni się zgłaszają do tego programu nie dlatego, że chcą z tego wyjść, ani nie dlatego, że ich rodzina namówiła. Oni chcą w tym zostać właśnie. I oni chcą dać argument sobie i bliskim. Oni są przekonani w swoim delulu, że pójdą do tego programu i w tym programie im powiedzą, tak, to jest prawdziwy Johnny Depp.
There was a point he sent money to my PayPal account. Or 3 iPhones.
You could tell Angela wasn't telling us everything. She knew something wasn't right with the money she received from Johnny Depp. Yet it seemed he always had some way of convincing her that he was in fact the real Johnny Depp.
Can you give me some backstory on the photo of him holding the photo of you?
It was very weird for me because we were on the Discord app. And he said to me, if you ever tell anybody of the way that he does things, his way of doing things, if I ever told anybody, I'd get in trouble. And the next thing I know, I got this picture sent to me with me in the frame, and he's holding the picture. And I'm like, what the heck? How do you do that? You know, I'm like, how did that happen that quick?
Czekaj, Angela.
What is the outcome that you wish out of the relationship that...
Czyli w jaki sposób to uwiarygodniło tę historię w jej głowie? Bo to, że był w stanie na szybko nagle wydrukować i oprawić jej zdjęcie w prawdziwym życiu, jest dużo mniej prawdopodobne, niż że ktoś to sphotoshopował.
You have with Johnny. What do you want out of this?
The NFT out of this that was promised to me in the beginning for the hospital.
O, ma kotka.
He promised me that he would sign my hat that I had, and we would go together to Mount Sinai to present that. That was like my biggest thing. I wanted to do the NFT. If we were to present it together, that would even be better. If not, fine.
We'll take everything that you sent us, and then we'll start to look into it, and then we'll give you a call back, okay?
Okay.
Uwaga, bo wybiła godzina i już czas. Wiem, co zwykle się dzieje o 21:37. Zwykle śpiewamy Kopcie tunel. Ale chciałam ogłosić nowy hymn naszego streama. Koniec z Kopcie tunel. Enough is enough. Stare memy muszą umrzeć. Witajcie nowe memy. I w tym przypadku jest to czołówka programu Życie na kredycie. No już tu się... Czemu się tu nie... O. Trzy, 4.
Zawsze idzie zgodnie z planem, do niczego nas to nie zniechęci. Pożyczone musi być oddane, a poza tym to się jakoś kręci. Życie na kredycie, życie na kredycie. Życie na kredycie, życie na kredycie. Życie na kredycie, jak na beczce prochu. Na kredycie życie sklejamy po trochu. Są marzenia, ich nie można stracić. Chociaż stopy gniotą chęcią parą. Wypłacone trzeba tylko spłacić, wyjść na swoje i do tego z twarzą.
Dziękuję.
All right, thank you, Angela. Nice meeting you.
Sounds good.
Well, Seekers,
Boże, jak ja bym chciała, jak ja marzę, żeby z wami obejrzeć Życie na kredycie.
I'd say we had quite the task ahead of us. We knew we needed to break down every piece of information to get through to Angela. So many red flags in this story. The only way to stop this scam was to come to her with all of the facts.
So this week's case, she thinks she's talking to Johnny Depp. It's been going on for over 9 months. I think you guys chatted with her last week.
Angela had mentioned there were some reasons why she felt like she was talking to the real Johnny Depp. He sold her an NFT. And then also she had mentioned Johnny was holding up a picture frame with her picture inside of it, and she felt like the fact that he sent that to her very quickly, that it had to be a real picture.
She truly, I'm sorry, but like she really thought that that was a real picture.
I actually found the real image here. It's on a psychology blog. There's a man here holding up a trailblazer sign. Definitely photoshopped. We also believe that his tattoos on his hands are photoshopped as well, because we have the real image.
Obczajacie postaranko, ktoś photoshopował wszystkie tatuaże na zdjęcie randomowego typa. Przypomina mi to dziwne konto na Instagramie, które kiedyś odkryłam, na które ktoś wrzucał same moje zdjęcia z mojego Instagrama, które można by w jakikolwiek sposób uznać za, powiedzmy, wyzywające, i jedno zdjęcie, na którym moja głowa była photoshopowana na cosplay Amidali z Gwiezdnych Wojen, Padme Amidali, i photoshopowane były na ciało cosplayerki Padme wszystkie moje tatuaże. To było dość nagie zdjęcie, ale jednak cosplay Padme z moją głową i wszystkimi tatuażami photoshopowanymi na moje ciało. Znaczy nie na moje ciało, na to ciało.
Of his tattoos, and they don't match the ones in the picture.
Well, I find it interesting because she said she knows Johnny so well that she's memorized his tattoos.
The face that they used?
O nie, słuchajcie, ona nie była fanką Johnny'ego Deppa. Nie, ona ma bardzo neutralne podejście do Johnny'ego Deppa, tylko z jakiegoś powodu ma zapamiętany schemat wszystkich jego tatuaży na całym ciele.
Is literally the poster board image used for his trial.
We gotta help her out. As clear as it is to us that this is not what's really going on, she truly believes it for some reason, whether it's cognitive bias or whatever. So we gotta put all the deets together and really try to convince her.
Yeah. What's deets?
Details. Details. Means details. That's my wife busting my balls all the time. About 34 times a day this shit happens.
After a few days of digging, we finally felt that we had enough information to sit down with Angela. But things got a little confrontational.
Yes, I'm a little offended about what he said because that's not altogether the story.
Ooh,
You're not getting it all right.
Yeah, I don't agree. I'm sorry. I don't agree. I am sorry. I am sorry that this happened to you, though, Angela.
Make sure you stick around until the end to hear how Angela took the news. If you've made it this far, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, guys. We appreciate you so much.
How's your day so far?
Oh, it's just been such an emotional roller coaster lately. This whole thing going on for like 9 months. I'm hoping that whatever it is that you have to say to me, I hope that you people did your research well.
So what is your heart telling you? What deep down inside?
In my heart, this is Johnny Depp. This has got to be. You know, you had asked me, Brianne, what would I do if I actually met him or something? You know, I think I would say thank you. And can I have my NFT now so I can bring it to the hospital?
Brianne has a lot of information on the NFT specifically. So I'll let her hop into that.
Please, thank you. I would appreciate it.
So you had sent over an image that was from Johnny Depp, and this was a piece of art, and he...
Ale czekajcie, to Johnny naprawdę sprzedaje jakieś swoje obrazy jako NFT? Mój Boże.
Stated to you that this was an NFT, and then you've been under the impression that you have been sending funds over for this NFT, correct?
Yes. I mean, if anything, that's what I thought was for sure.
So we used our reverse image search tools to confirm this art, and what we had found was that it truly is a piece of art from Johnny Depp. And we also looked through a website that showcases his art, and what we had found was these are pieces of his collection that are not associated with the NFT. We were not able to find any information to support that this piece of art was actually ever used as an NFT.
Wow.
So if you go on his website, he does have a section where he sells the NFTs, but he also has artwork.
From what you're telling me, you're saying that this piece never made it into the, I guess, the selling ground. So I really don't know what to say to that because that was the one that we talked about.
Yeah, so actually the original piece of art doesn't have the purple background.
This Marlon Brando portrait was a piece of art that Johnny Depp worked on, but it was not an NFT.
Dlaczego komuś chciało się zmienić tło tego NFT? W jakim celu?
Person who sent this to Angela stole this from Johnny Depp's art gallery and just switched out the background. Johnny Depp's NFT art designs are also a completely different style from his hand paintings. And we also didn't find any indication of this specific painting being for sale anywhere on the internet.
We'd like to jump into the image that you had sent over to us. How long had you been talking to Johnny before he had sent this image to you?
2 months around, I would say.
So we're gonna look at this image verification here. We've got Johnny on one side. This is the actual match from the image you had sent us. So we found where this image came from. This has been photoshopped. We have Johnny's
O mój
face
Boże.
on another.
Teraz widzę, jak wklejony jest w tą szyję. Oh my god, Boże.
Kind of smell
What the fuck?
like a baka.
Kasiu, wyślij mi swoje zdjęcie, żebym mógł powiesić je w ramce na ścianie. Ściskam, twój Johnny.
Okej. Johnny, jakby... Nie jestem twoją fanką super, okej? Jakby mam wrażenie, że... Trochę się zapędzasz, Johnny.
Person's body.
Wow. People are good. People are good. Let me tell you.
We looked into the tattoos placed on his arms. Some of the tattoos don't match where they need to.
A widzisz, na pierwszy rzut oka też dałaś się nabrać. Tak, ale... No właśnie nie dałam. W sensie widzę, że to jest fake foto i moim zdaniem nasze pokolenie ma bardziej wyczulone zmysły na to, co jest najlepszym indykatorem, najlepszym wskaźnikiem tego, że zdjęcie jest fałszywe. I to nie trzeba w tym celu, moim zdaniem, doszukiwać się pikseli albo różnic w perspektywie, na przykład właśnie, że twarz jest mega rozjechana względem szyi. Wystarczy fakt, że on trzyma ramkę, w której jest coś wklejone. To już jest instynkt, który mamy wyrobiony. Jak jest czyjeś zdjęcie, jak trzyma kawałek papieru albo cokolwiek trzyma w rękach, na czym można coś napisać, to można zakładać, że to, co jest na tej ramce, nie jest sfotoshopowane, tak? To są takie instynkty, które są dużo bardziej przydatne niż analizowanie tego, czy kolor skóry się zgadza, tak? Na jednym elemencie zdjęcia z drugim.
And then he's also missing one here on his right hand. I think he has a bird here. The other tattoo, it's like an oval shaped tattoo that they placed here. That's actually on the wrong arm. It should be over here on this other arm. So we provided links to show you what his tattoos look like and where they should be placed.
Most of them I know by heart at this point. By heart.
You mentioning that you know his tattoos by heart. Did you notice anything funny about this?
Well, I can guess because I've done graphic art myself. So it's very easy. Yeah, I could see that. Sure I can. One point I did a banner for 9/11. You know that? And I took a picture of New York and I put it in the background. And then I graphically did the rest of the art on top of it. So I know that it can be done. I know that it can be done. It's not that it can't be done.
You already knew where the placement of Johnny Depp's tattoos were. You have a background in graphic design. What do you think was stopping you from seeing that this was a fake photo?
For the head being on the body, I didn't even figure that was photoshopped. The only thing that I started to look at was the edges of where my picture was, that I could see that, oh wait, this looks like somebody put something on top.
Yeah.
Or, there's something underneath there. And knowing his tats, like what's on the screen there, knowing on the fingers and the thing and, oh man, it's like, but it really just blows the mind.
Donating the NFT to the hospital was so important to Angela, she blocked out all of the red flags. After revealing the truth, it became obvious to her. What do you think the reason Angela couldn't see all of the signs? Let us know in the comment section below.
After researching all of this information, verifying everything for you, we can say without a doubt that you are not talking to the real Johnny Depp.
But in a way, I wish that Johnny would see this so that he would know that one of his fans one of the people that admired him really got hurt by this. You know, really got hurt by this.
It's unfortunate though because there's not much.
Oh no. I ona wierzy, że Johnemu będzie przykro, że prawdziwemu Johnemu będzie przykro, jak się dowie.
He can do, you know, on the flip side, he's a victim as well. You know, there's nothing that he can do to keep from people stealing his images and creating fake relationships.
That's horrible.
I can only imagine how many people reach out to him on a daily telling him that, hey, look, I was scammed by your images. I was scammed by someone who reached out to me. I mean, this guy's probably been bombarded on a weekly basis.
I mean, like within myself, if I was a celebrity and that was going on, I don't know. I kind of have a different outlook on that for myself. Like I would see myself fighting all of that as hard as I could to keep my name well within the right. Because that's a horrible thing to do to somebody. You know, on either end of it, whether it's forward, you know, his end or backwards, my end, whichever you want to call it. That part of it is really, really, that's hard. But I know if it was me, I would be fighting like a banshee out of hell to make sure that nobody was, you know, doing that to somebody. You know, that would be me. But that's just me.
And to Johnny's defense, I think that's what he's tried to do here. You know, he has this message. He says, hey, look, guys, here are my.
Working hard enough, half of these cases that they should. And that's how I feel about it. Because for someone to get to me like that, you know, I mean, I know I'm not stupid. That much I know. But for somebody to get to me like that, that's like, you know, like I said, if it was me, I'd have a whole team behind me of people that were just there for that reason, to protect my rights, my copyrighted stuff, all my stuff.
Well, if Johnny could...
Ajajaj. Żeby być fair, myślę, że wszystko to, co mówi teraz, bardzo się wzburzyła, płynie z poczucia wstydu. Mówi I'm not stupid. Myślę, że poczuła się właśnie, jakby była bardzo głupia. I jej mózg robi teraz reakcję obronną, wchodzi w defensywę, więc próbuje w swojej świadomości zrzucić winę na Johnnego. Że gdyby Johnny, nie wiem, skopirajtował wszystkie swoje zdjęcia, to by się nie wydarzyło. Że to nie ona jest głupia. To Johnny nawalił.
Hear you and know your story. What do you think he could do to help you?
Okay, well, if he ever sees it, I would say, Johnny, as a person who has admired your work, enjoyed your music, enjoyed your art.
Tak, każdy jest podatny na scam, ale różnego rodzaju. No. Dlatego to oglądamy, bo dla nas jest super śmieszne, że można uwierzyć, że napisze do ciebie Johnny Depp. Bo pewne aspekty kultury, pewne aspekty internetu są dla nas tak oczywiste, bo się w nich obracamy. Ale totalnie byśmy łyknęli innego rodzaju scam. O tym jestem przekonana. I młodsze pokolenia też co chwilę łykają skamy. Tylko nie tego typu. Nie tego typu, że pisze do niej Johnny Depp. Ale wszyscy dawaliśmy się wkręcać w różne rzeczy na różnych etapach przez internet. Myślę sobie o dynamikach różnych forów, na których się udzielałam jako dziewczynka i nastolatka i widzę te same mechanizmy, które stoją za formowaniem się sekt i różnych klik i tak dalej i to jest właśnie coś, co widzi się tylko z zewnątrz.
There are so many of us out there that are getting hit by these scammers, and you know, I think you need to beef up your legal team and somehow try to do right by the people that were hurt by these other people claiming to be you. It's not just like a punch in the face, you know. It hurts. And I would suggest that he be stronger in that area of his life to make sure that he beefs up his legal team. I'm sorry isn't gonna cut it. And I mean, I'm sorry is not gonna cut it. I believe where I started is where I should finish. And he should donate the NFT to Mount Sinai Hospital in the name of bone research.
I feel terrible that you had to go through this situation with Johnny Depp, but with this fake Johnny Depp. But at the same time, you have to take accountabilities for some of the things that you didn't see through this whole thing, right? The red flags that you didn't see. The mistakes that you made, Johnny Depp doesn't have to clean up those. Unfortunately, this was a costly mistake for you. But Johnny Depp having to come in and clean up some of the stuff that...
Żeby wam dobitniej pokazać... Opowiem wam historię o tym, jak ja zostałam prawie oskamowana, ale nie oskamowana. I to dobitnie pokazuje, jak bardzo skamerzy właśnie kroją te historie pod tych ludzi, tak? To jest dokładnie pani, która uwierzy, że Johnny Depp myśli, że ona nie jest taka jak wszystkie inne. Skam, którego ja padłam ofiarą, polegał na tym, że byłam nastolatką i zaczęłam dostawać maile od pewnego typa, który twierdził, że znalazł moje nagie fotki na pornostronkach. A ponieważ jakimś tam chłopakom być może już jakieś wysłałam wtedy, to uwierzyłam, że tak jest. On mi nie mógł pokazać, na jakich to jest stronkach, bo powiedział, że natychmiast udało mu się je usunąć, bo on się tak zna, wiecie, na internecie i na hakowaniu i na prawie i on na bieżąco je usuwa wszystkie, ale one się pojawiają na kolejnych stronach i przez kilka dni nie chodziło w tym w ogóle o pieniądze, dopóki nie wjechał temat, że on był oczywiście po prostu był dobrym obywatelem zatroskanym o moje bezpieczeństwo i chciał mi pomóc. Ale potem zaczął pisać, że on musi wykonywać dużo telefonów, żeby te fotki na bieżąco usuwać, więc muszę mu przelać za rachunek telefoniczny 100 czy tam 150 zł. I nie padłam ofiarą tego skamu tylko dlatego, że nie miałam tych pieniędzy, nie miałam zamiaru prosić rodziców o te pieniądze, więc go po prostu zghostowałam i przez kilka miesięcy żyłam w niewyobrażalnym stresie i tyle. Więc zobaczcie, jak idealnie koleś się wstrzelił w najgorsze strachy, lęki, insecurities typowej nastolatki. Ha? I też, jako osoba w moim wieku teraz, jakby nie dałabym się w to wkręcić. I ta starsza pani też nie.
You weren't able to see, I think he has bigger fish to fry, right?
Oh, I'm sure he does. But the thing is, it doesn't have to do with that. It has to do with the promise that was made.
Yeah, I don't agree. I'm sorry. I don't agree. I am sorry. I am sorry that this happened to you though, Angela.
Yes, I'm a little offended about what he said because that's not altogether the story. You're not getting it all right.
Yeah, I hear you that promises were made and it's extremely defeating when they're not held up, right? And so
it's not like I can't handle the defeat. That's not the problem. I just don't appreciate what your partner said in the sense of he's got bigger fish to fry. Let me tell you something. Johnny is a person who is very gentle with his fans. He's gentle with his ways, and he's very loving and kind man. So for your partner to kind of say that in a way, that's like a little degradement, and I didn't like it. If it was me and I was a celebrity and something had happened to one of my fans, or what he calls family, not even fans, he calls them family, his family. Something like that happened, boy, I'd be there, but that's me. Mm-hmm. That's my attitude with things. I don't say something and not do. You know what I mean? If I make a promise, I keep my promise. If I can't promise you something, I won't make it even known.
Right.
And that's right there. That's what I mean when I say bigger fish to fry. Wait a second. These are his fans to begin with. His family, extension of his family. Okay? So by rights, the man should do what should be done.
So Angela, really quick, like I said, just to go back, I'm so sorry that this has happened to you. And I also know that we laid out a bunch of information for you. I don't agree with it, but we can agree to disagree. We're gonna be here to help you repair your credit and to help you report this scam. We don't have to agree, about Johnny Depp, what Johnny Depp should do with his money and time for us to do that together. So let's just work as a team, move forward, and let's figure the rest of this out, okay?
Sure. Okay. Sounds good to me.
I think we're gonna wrap it up here, okay?
Okay, sounds good. Thank you. And I appreciate all the work that you've done, and I appreciate your time and your effort and everything.
Thank you, Angela.
Thank you.
Okay.
Aha, tydzień później.
Oh, Angela, this is David McClellan. I'm the CEO of socialcatfish.com. How are you?
Oh, hi, I'm okay. Thank you. I'm a little numb. I just came from the dental office.
Oh, no.
It's okay.
I actually have a surprise for you.
Oh, really?
Really.
Oh, wow.
So,
some good news.
yeah, it's good news. How passionate you were about Mount Sinai. I wanted to do something to try to help you out, right?
Aww.
And so what I'm going to do, I'm going to make a donation to Mount Sinai Hospital in your name
Aww, to słodkie.
Yeah, for the amount of $250.
Nice. That's very nice of you. I appreciate that. I would really love to bring it.
$250? Guys, come on. Ile zarobiliście na tym filmie? 682 000 obejrzeń. $250?
To the point where people really realize that, hey, we need to do more bone research. We need to do more fibro research. We need to do this research.
I'm going to change that amount from $250 to $1,000.
Oh my God.
O!
That is
Proszę bardzo,
so wonderful. That is so wonderful. I'm so happy.
Czy to będzie dalej iść w górę?
I'm
Czy on właśnie mnie usłyszał, jak do niego mówiłam?
touched. I'm very, very touched.
So I do have one question. It asks me where you want to direct the gift to. So do I just put bone research?
I would put bone research. Yes, bone and fibro.
We're going to follow up with some resources for you, okay?
Sure, that would be great.
All right. I wish you the best.
Thank you very much.
Yeah, no problem.
Cześć, Citek. Co słychać u ciebie? Okay. Angela has cut off communication with the fake Johnny Depp account. We applaud her for her courage and her willingness to take control of the situation. As she navigates the aftermath of this ordeal, it can be a long and a painful process, but we will be there every step of the way. Okay.